experience. I wouldn't say that Yego Moto has succeeded till today, because we still have to roll out to complete all the motorcycle taxis in Kigali as well as upcountry. And that's going to take a lot of time because it requires a substantial investment. We have learned a lot of lessons around the way, and those lessons have now been applied to Yego Cabs. For us, Yego Cabs would be an interesting experiment simply because there are only about 850 odd cabs in Kigali, and we have already outfitted more than 733 cabs today. So we feel that from all that we've learned over the last 2 years, we have taken that experience and put it to Yego Cabs. So I think what will happen is that Yego Cabs will then lead the way for Yego Moto to come back into the market. Taxis now, you will get used to just paying for the metered fare. The big advantage of this metered fare, I think, also is the fact that not only is the negotiation and haggling gone, but you have the ability to be able to pay cashless means. To now having intelligent connected fare meters which are sending back information all the time, are connected, have all the identities verified, allow cashless payments, and also you get an electronic bill. So at the end of the ride, automatically you get an SMS with an electronic bill. So we have tried to build in all the pieces that were missing using latest technology and giving them to you. Well, I can't say that there's going to be a dramatically different change in Rwanda's economy because of Yego Cabs. But what happens is that behind Yego Cabs is a lot of other processes which come in. There's a whole thing about digital training. So these people are becoming digitally literate. There's financial inclusion. All the drivers have to have bank accounts and to have mobile money accounts. So we inculcate the habit of saving. We are creating a credit score, which basically allows the drivers to go out and be able to buy a new vehicle.
In the past, Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Agency issued a directive obliging all taxi drivers to install automated meter readers, but most taxi operators failed to. Emmanuel Asaba, head of the Transport Regulation Department at RURA, tells us how this has been solved.
As you know, tax services are regulated, and such services, the fares are also regulated, which means tax meter cannot charge less or more. It has to be tested before it is given to the owner, and sometimes we do spot check to see whether they are well calibrated. I think the issue was that the tax meters were not systemized in a way that we are able to have information from each of the meter collected to one point, which is unlike this one. The other one were functioning individually. So whenever one was down, we couldn't know. And I guess the one who was giving out the meters, because he wasn't regulated, he was not able to sustain the business. And most of the time the meters were defective. So that's why we are able to learn and then come up with a system that is going to address all the issues that we faced during the last 3 years. This is a regulated service, which means whoever is to come has to apply for a license, and once they meet the requirements, then they are licensed. Currently, we've issued a license for Yego Innovations and Volkswagen. The others are yet to come, but we are ready to receive them and to give them the requirements for obtaining a license, and once they comply, then we license. One of the requirements for obtaining a license has to look at the financial muscle of the company that wants to venture into this business.
In order to help defray the high cost of imported gasoline and to protect the environment against pollution, Yego Innovation intends to replace aging fleet of taxi cabs with electric cars.
The innovation is about bringing a three-wheeler electric vehicle. It's going to help us in very many ways that we are trying to test first. We would like to see if it can actually be feasible to use it for delivery. Let's say if you want to deliver a cake, or birthday cake at your home, or your suit to the dry cleaner, instead of leaving your house to go to the bakery and pick it, we can actually deliver it to you. So whether it's raining or not, you're safe, and it will get there when it's still in good condition. Another reason as to why we want to try this is that in future we would like to replace the old vehicles, the taxi cabs that we have, with electric cabs that will help them now to charge less amount. And so if this can work and charging it is not a problem and it's actually cheaper than fuel, then we would like to test the market and see if electric cars could be, something that would bring into the country. So basically we have about 3 of them now, but we are still in the testing process to see how far we can go with it and the advantages that we can bring to the country. It doesn't consume a lot of electricity because the way we consider fuel taking about 1,100 per liter, this is supposed to be taking at least, instead of paying 1,100 for fuel, you could be paying like 300 to 500 of the same kilometers that you're going to use for fuel. So that way then you get to charge people less because your expenses are less. And being in Rwanda, electricity is more efficient and available than the way we could say that fuel is available in Rwanda.
We talked to Sebakwiye Bienvenue, a taxi driver under the Yego Cabs, and he shared with us his experience.
It will help me with the customer, because some won't even be sure of the price, because people will say we charge much, we charge less. So it's better when you have a machine that counts the journey and the customer becomes satisfied. We are still making the same amount of money. There's no big difference. The difference will come when Yego Cabs starts giving us customers. When I use this machine, everyone will take it as if we take it as it's professional. Because we had no fixed prices, but now we're going to be using machines, and it will help us not to negotiate more with the customer, and even to remove those quarrels. Because we'll even quarrel with the customer who wouldn't believe that this is we are charging the normal price.